All right, so your caravan is stuffed to the gills with food. Are you ready to head from? I guess. Would someone like to serve as the chronicler? We're just gonna have a quick bit of this first jaunt from Violet City to the Low Road and the High. But I don't know if someone wants to in the uh, route document enter notes in session 1 to serve as chronicler for the.
Uh,
I can do that.
okay.
And yep, you're leaving the first of Red Month. All right. So you're gonna be leading the first of Red Month. Uh, I have the roll order. We're just gonna continue because each time you have to roll for misfortune, it's a different person, and you don't get to re-roll. So it just seems easiest to do in player name order. So the crater, the Low Road and the High, the sun clambers above the eye-watering purple haze around 9:30. Harsh gusts of flat-tasting air bring burnt skies. And then Cheryl, you're gonna roll a charisma test. So you're gonna roll a 1d20 plus your charisma to see what misfortune you might run into on the road.
So I just do 1d20 plus my charisma's 4, I think, isn't it? 4. Ah. Roll. Oh my heavens. Oh,
And so for this first week, you're gonna have you need to mark off that you had 11 sacks of supplies. Oh, it's per human-sized person, so I guess 10 sacks of supplies because Christy gets to have the benefit of being a cat and not needing as many supplies.
so we take.
Hooray!
And so then
So-
Christy also doesn't count towards the size because she's small. So your total amount of mouths right now is 10. We'll just change passengers to mouths. So you use up 10 supplies.
So do we delete them from the spreadsheet?
Yep.
Or...
You'll have to remove them from the spreadsheet.
Okay, 10 gone. We now have 24.
So you have slow wagons, so it's going to add an extra day. And our misfortune is 8. So the ash that blows across the winds aggravates saddle sores. It will either take you an additional day to reach the low road and the high, or each person's going to lose. You can choose to lose a day as a group, or if you want to each lose 1d4 life.
I mean, I think losing a day is probably okay.
I think a day, yes, losing life sounds really serious.
Alright, so it's going to take you a second day, or a second extra day. So you haven't arrived at a destination yet. So then we're gonna take another sack of supplies.
Ooh.
So another 10 sacks of supplies.
Another 10 sacks.
Right, because everyone
Everybody still has
everybody
to
eats
eat.
again. And
That
then
was 14.
Christy is gonna make a misfortune check. So a charisma test. A 1d20 plus your charisma. Oh wait,
Where are we
just
at
a
this
second.
point?
Okay, so that's so.
No,
So if
just
my
a second.
charisma is 2, that's 1d20 plus 2.
Check what. Oh, wait, before you do that, Christy, we're gonna check what encounters happen and resolve them. Where's my rule about encounters? Oh, so Christy, instead of rolling for another misfortune check, you would roll next. So you're gonna roll to see what encounter you have on the steps. So Christy, you need to roll a d8.
So just 1d8.
1d8. Oh, so as the party has been dealing, you've been dealing with these the ash aggravating your saddle sores. You're not quite to the sort of like camping spot on the low road and the high. You come across a swarm of Vome-possessed Prairie Dogs, frothing as the
That
dread
is
mechanical
not
ghost
good.
corrupts their neural matter. Uh, They're utterly savage Vome infection vectors, but they might be confounded by climbing a high rock and waiting for the infection to liquefy their brains. If you're going to avoid having to battle them, you might need to wait a few days for them to perish as their the biomechanical bits of them overloads their tiny prairie dog bodies.
Oh boy. And of course, we wait another 2 days. We're eating, aren't we?
Well, it'll just add to the total, the tally.
Yeah.
So are you gonna wait?
How many of them are there?
There's a swarm, so there's potentially
Hundreds.
dozens of them at least.
Okay.
So decisive action. I guess, does someone want to volunteer to be the leader and decide if you're gonna battle these prairie dogs, or clamber on some high rocks and wait them out?
Let's fight them.
Yeah, let's fight them.
Let's fight them.
I agree.
All right. So you're fighting this horde of prairie dogs possessed by some sort of biomechanical infection. So we have two sides of prairie dogs and PCs. So the hero whose turn it is to roll, which is JP, and I are going to each roll a 1d6 plus agility.
My agility?
Yes,
My
because it
agility
sort
is
of passes
2.
around in our
Yeah.
roll order.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to go before this swarm of Vomes, or rather Vome-possessed prairie dogs. So you get to go in whatever order you would like as a group.
How far away are these things?
You're probably within 100. You decided to battle them, so they're rushing forward quickly because it was the fight or flight reflex. So they are within gun range. They will close and be able to attack you. So we're gonna say that they're at near range.
Who else has ranged weapons that we can?
I've got a bow and lots of arrows, so we can shoot
I've,
them.
Other
Anybody
friend
else?
Martin also has
I've
a
got
bow.
range.
I got a rifle.
I mean, I've got Martin. He is a ranged weapon.
So you're just gonna have to
All
declare
right,
who's gonna attack first.
I'm going to unsling my violent cat rifle and shoot me some Vome-possessed Prairie Dogs.
All right. So you have it's a ranged attack, so it's going to use agility. And you have big aim hunting, so you would get to add your bonus, which at level 0 is +1. So it'll be your agility +1 plus the 1d20, and their defense is 13.
Okay, so this is
That is definitely a hit. So you can go ahead and roll whatever the damage for your. Oh, you have a violent cat rifle that does 2d10 damage.
yeah.
All right. You blast away a good number of these Vome-infected prairie dogs. So Blixum has acted. Who else would like to take a shot before these things close with you?
I mean, I think Martin is gonna shoot his bow because otherwise his melee weapon is a dagger, which doesn't seem super great against a bunch of possessed prairie dogs.
All right. So Christy, for your pet, he just has a +2 to his attack. So it'll be a 1d20 +2. You need a 13 or better.
Get him, Martin. God damn it, Martin!
All right. All
What
I'll-
are you?
right. So Clementine's gonna take a shot. So Clementine doesn't have a skill that applies to shooting a bow. So you're gonna have a disadvantage on your attack. So you'll have the 2d20 KL1 for keep the lower of the 2d20s that you roll.
It's not very good. 2d20 KL1.
Ooh, so that 8 is not quite enough to hit.
No,
So that just leaves Gromac.
So would Nomad rating
Yes,
apply here?
Nomad rating definitely is like a ranged combat type skill.
So I get for agility, and then what do I get for the ability again? Is it a +1?
So for a skill, it's the bonus. So right now you're level 0, so the bonus is +1. When you reach
Okay.
level 1, the bonus will be +2.
Okay.
Oh, that is a mighty hit.
great.
For
Five.
5 damage. All right. So several of you have charisma of 0. Or I guess no, it is just
Yeah.
Gromac who has charisma of 0. So the swarm of these infected prairie dogs turn their wrath on Gromac.
Oh.
But they got a 9.
Yep. I have a defense of 14.
All right. So then, since JP is the last one to roll, it is now Lance's turn to roll. So Lance will get to roll initiative. So this is going to be 1d6 plus your agility.
Please roll high, Lance. Martin is useless.
Oh,
Ooh.
just beat the Vome-possessed Prairie Dog swarm. So in whatever order you'd like to go in, the party can go.
Well, I'm gonna start then. So they're now on top of us.
Yes, but combat is fairly abstract. So there's enough of them, and they're small that I'm not going to worry about for this first session 0 intro combat. I'm not going to worry too much about, like, do we have to figure out if you can use your ranged weapon or not. So you can either use your ranged weapon or your melee weapon. Gromac definitely can because they swarmed up onto him.
I am going to go to my close combat weapon, my scimitar.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
Gromac has not able to land. I mean, you probably get glancing blows, but nothing quite enough to do significant damage to this swarm of prairie dogs.
Who wants to go next?
Oh my. Well, I'll take a whack at him with my staff. Let me see. Apparently, do I do 2d20? Do I have to do the?
Yep, it'll still be disadvantaged because you don't really have any.
Didn't even come close. Okay, not much more I can do, I guess.
Can Martin still get off a ranged shot, or is he being
Yes.
swarmed now?
He could get off a ranged shot. It's only definitely just Gromac who's being swarmed by these prairie dogs.
Okay.
As they sort of, you can see mechanical bits underneath their fur.
Martin, I swear to God! Why
Don't
did I even
move,
buy you a
Roman.
bow? Why did I even buy
So
you
that just
a
leaves
bow?
Blixum.
Don't move, Gromac. I'm taking another shot.
Oh
Shit.
no!
My reload is 4, so I guess I don't have to reload.
No, you do not yet have to reload yet, but it is not a hit, which means that these prairie dogs are going to attack again against Gromac.
Oh my. They're only
Oh,
prairie.
8! Apparently had another miss. So then, in our turn of our order of rolling, it will be. Oh, except we should be doing initiative separate from the misfortune. But so that'll be. No, we're just gonna do one roll order. It's just gonna always be rolling. It'll just be easier that way. So Cheryl, you'll go ahead and roll 1d6 plus your agility.
I don't think I have any agility.
So then just be a flat 1d6 against the prairie dog's flat 1d6. Ooh, can you beat a 2?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had to do. Okay, I thought I was doing the 2d20 again.
Nope.
1d.
No, it's just 1d6 for our initiative order. Oh, it's chaos as everything attacks at once. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack the prairie dogs, and then it's gonna happen at the same time because if they hit Gromac, it won't. Everyone else can still hit. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes, a 23 will hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, so Gromac is gonna take 5 points of damage
Okay.
to your life.
How much life do we have?
Oh, at first
Five?
level
On
you
this
have
Discord.
5.
Oh,
So
geez.
in the experience it tells you. Christy has more because she's a strange cat.
Wait, so Gromac is...
Then
So
how
Gromac is
many
going to
do
be
I have?
unconscious. But he still
Wait,
gets
it's
a
not...
shot off, or an attack
Oh,
off as he
okay.
falls unconscious, so Lance, you're going to make that.
Yes, please.
How many life do I have as a cat?
I put it on there. You have 9, and then you use advance. Oh, sorry. So you'll have 9,
Yeah.
and then you'll just advance slower. So you can go ahead and roll damage with your scimitar to see as Gromac is swarmed by this horde of prairie dogs. He get in a
4.
last blow. They have not quite broken yet, so the other 3 PCs can make their attacks to see if they can finish off this swarm before it turns on the rest of you.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Is it
Ooh.
1d?
So Blixum definitely hits.
Is it the 1d20 again, with the disadvantage, or do I do the?
We'll see if it's necessary because Blixum hit.
Okay, so
Come on.
Oh, but he doesn't quite finish them off.
I mean, Martin's gonna take his shot.
Okay, so that's the
And
1d20
if
plus
he
2.
is... Martin, come on!
So Christy, if you wanted to, remember everyone would have started with 1 heroic die. If you want to, you can spend your heroic die to add a d6 to that roll, which could get it up to 13 where you'd be able to hit.
We have 1 heroic die a session.
You get 1 heroic die per hour of play. So basically for this little brief session 0, you're going to have the 1 heroic die.
Oh, sure, why not?
Alright,
It's
so roll a d6. You
644.
need a 3 or better to make that a hit. Alright, so you get to roll damage for Martin as he's inspired by by Lady Heck.
What is Martin's damage?
If he had a bow, it's 1d6.
Bow? Okay.
Who knows what Martin's damage is?
Go
Oh,
Martin!
there's just a few of the prairie dogs left, but there's still
Oh,
still
come
a
on.
few. So Clementine can make your it'll be the 2d20 KL1. Oh, look at that!
that's cool.
And you're using a bow. Well, either your bow or your staff.
Yeah. Is
Uh,
it 2d6?
So it'll just be 1d6 if
Oh,
you're.
Oh, right. 1d6.
Oh, so with some smashing, were you using the bow or the staff?
I was using the staff this time.
All right. So smashing about her with the staff, Clementine bashes some prairie dogs, and as you look to how Gromac looks. The prairie dogs stop, sort of are no longer moving. So Lance, you reach 0 health, so you'd gain 1 level of fatigue, and we'll just say I forgot to have you choose or roll the Oracle of the Death Gods. So let's just we'll just say that you had went with Enter Sandman when you're knocked unconscious and you slept off the rest of the fight.
Okay. That makes
Normally
sense.
that would cause you to lose half a level's worth of experience points, but since you've not really gained experience points yet, I think you just get basically a mulligan since we're just going with a session 0 here. All right, so you have fought off these
Prairie
prairie
dogs.
dogs
Little prairie dogs. Little tiny prairie dogs.
with Clementine hitting the final blow.
So I checked the rifle, the ammunition rules, and my second shot, I rolled a 2 on the die actually. So I did run out of ammo, but fortunately I had a second box.
Ah,
And because I think big game hunter means that I'm a skilled
yes,
shooter,
yes, it
I
does.
can reload without using an action.
Okay. And we'll keep that in mind for the future. I'm not gonna, since this is sort of like a session 0 like sample
Yeah.
conflict, we're not gonna worry about you actually using up that ammunition box.
Okay, I'll just restitute it then.
Yeah, you'll just remember that is how it will work in the future. Uh, uh, not red mouth, red month. So you would travel uh, another week. So this is where we would use up the second 10 supplies.
We already got them taken off.
Okay. So your current capacity is just 22. And then Christy, we managed to come back to you for a misfortune roll.
Oh, goody. So I'm rolling a d20.
Yes. Plus your charisma.
Just 2.
So it'll be a 1d20 plus 2.
Well, I roll only marginally better than Martin does.
Patterned nomad headdresses protect against the ash. Waxed wool ponchos protect against the sour rain, but nothing protects against the depressing reality of wandering through the vast ruins of elder times.
Well,
JP, roll a d8 to see what you encounter as you attempt to get to the camps of the low road and the high.
1. I rolled a 1.
So you come across slender-legged grazing hares with frightened eyes and swiveling chitinous protuberances. They taste mildly off. And then you'll be able to rest in ruin camps, stay in a caravan stomp improvised inside a long ago building of unclear purpose, defensible but unsafe.
So is this the low road and the high that we've reached now?
Yes, you've reached the low road and the high.
Okay, so it took us 9 days, if I'm counting correctly. So the week plus 1 day for slowness, plus 1 day for the blowing ash.
Yes.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, yeah. It doesn't look like we're going to get supplies here, though. Are there other people here?
You've not encountered other people on the low road and the high yet. You seem to be either too early or too late. You're just not running into to other caravans.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna close out with some experience. So you have survived a hard conflict. I think Lance, we're gonna let you roll for experience. So roll 2d6, and then we'll times that by 10 So you're gonna get 80 experience for your prairie dog fight.
Where do we notate that?
I am keeping the master XP sheet.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
There we
What
go.
else? You have reached a new location. Days based on distances without mishaps, so days lost to hardships don't count. So let's go ahead and roll 1d10, and we will times that by 7 because you had the 7 days before you ran into mishaps. Ooh.
Oh.
So you're at 63. Which means everyone is going to have about 143 experience.
Are we tracking that at all, or are you just tracking that?
So it's being tracked on the master XP sheet. When you're ready to spend experience, we'll track when you spend it. Potentially, you'll need 300 experience to level up your primary PC or a pet. So you won't have much to spend, but you'll probably level up next time. Actually, yes, yeah, you'll definitely level up next time. So some quick things to consider is if you haven't uh, uh, finalized your updates on the stoplight document, I will take that into effect for next time. Uh, some other experience will, at the start of next session, will designate the quartermaster, chronicler, mapper, and leader, and they will get the extra experience.
Mhm.
Oh, Cheryl,
Yeah.
uh, roll 1d6, and Lance roll 1d6, because you guys actually were victorious and Cheryl got the final blow. I missed those two. Alright, so final blow for just Cheryl, and the victory in combat was 20, so the prairie dog fight was actually worth 100.
Woo!
So on your character sheet, you'll only put in the experience once you've banked the experience into that character. So when you spend the experience from your player pool, which I'm tracking on the master experience, then you'll put it onto your character.
Oh, okay.
So a few things to cover is if you haven't finalized the stoplight, we'll do that, but you want to make sure we do that before next session, which will be March 28th. Also, and I'll send out some reminder emails and such. Also, if you want to find a picture for your character or your pet, I have in the I'll send out a link of a folder of potential like art that's fitting. Um, Next session, before we start, we'll designate people who might have an organizational character uh, uh, duty that will get them extra experience. Before next session, if you want to write up we'll say that completing the a character profile in the root document would be count as the journal for this session, since and maybe just doing like a sentence on this session instead of being a paragraph to earn the character journal XP award. And as a reminder, If you find the theme song that you think would fit your PC, that could earn you 100 experience a single time. So potentially that might earn you, if you did both a journal and a theme song, enough to level up your character when they reach. To make sure you're definitely leveling up your character when you reach the next destination, or if you, because you're not going to want to take a week to to level up out in the steppe. And I'll send a reminder in email and notifications through Discord for all of that. But thanks everyone for playing. Hopefully it was an enjoyable time, even though we didn't get that far. We got through a lot of the character creation and such. And we will play again in a month.
Sounds good. It was fun.
Cool. Yeah, thanks everyone. I'll see you in a month.
All right.